welcome back. Today is the day. Again, welcome back to Game on Blitz, and today we're about to recap today's game. We had game two today. We had LA versus the Timberwolves. We had the Bucks versus the Pacers. We also had OKC played the Memphis. So we're gonna break it down and just do a quick recap for both games. First, we're gonna get into the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Indiana Pacers. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and you know what it is. You know what it is. Let's get into the first game. We got the Bucks versus the Pacers, and let me pull out the stats here. The game was 115 to 123. The Pacers are up 2-0 versus the Milwaukee Bucks. So as you can see, Torrance Prince for the Milwaukee Bucks, 6 points, 4 assists, 2 steals. Then Giannis got 34 points, 18 rebounds, and 7 assists. And then Kyle Kuzma, 12 points. He didn't score 0 this game. Dame Lillard, 14 points, 4 for 13. And we got Bobby Portis off the bench, got 28 points. 28 points and 12 rebounds, a double-double. Gary Trent, 4 points. Kevin Porter, 9 points. And as we go to the Indiana Pacers, we have Pascal Siakam, who got 24 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. Aaron Naismith, 16 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. And then we got Miles Turner, 15 points. Andrew Nembhard, I don't want to mess up the name, 17 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds. Tyrese Haliburton, 21 points, 12 assists, 3 turnover. Because you know his turnover, you don't be having that many turnover. Assist per turnover ratio will be really good for Tyrese. So we got Obi off the bench, 7 points. Walker, 3 points. TJ got 6 points. And Benedict got 14 points. As you can see, this game was pretty much lopsided, I want to say. The Bucks looked like they were never going to catch up. And I had the Bucks winning this series because I thought that Giannis and Damian Lillard this year were going to be able to prove everybody wrong. Last year it didn't go so well, and also they traded Chris Middleton for Kuzma, and for game one, Kuzma had 0 points. This game he had 12 points, better than last. But overall, just watching this whole game, the Indiana Pacers was the head of the game, like had the lead for the most part, and the Pacers just couldn't find. The Bucks couldn't find a way to get back in the game. They tried, but for some odd reason, they just couldn't do it. And Damian Lillard wasn't having a good game. All that back and forth that you have with Tyrese Haliburton, I remember the history when Tyrese did this to Dame, game time. To this day, that beef been going on. But Dame was chirping in game one, and he was telling them, you're going to see. And I said it, look, Dame usually back it up, but you got to back it up every time. Tyrese Haliburton, I'm not going to lie, it seems like he's the kryptonite for the Bucks. Like, I've been seeing a pattern with the Pacers and the Bucks. And for some reason, the Bucks always struggle with the Pacers throughout the regular season, throughout the playoff. And there's been history there of a lot of commotion going on when, what's his name? Giannis scored, I believe, I don't know if he had a career, I don't know if it was 50 points and some crazy number. And he wanted to game ball and it became an issue. They took it and all of that. But again, Giannis is showing up. In terms of the Bucks, let's just look at these numbers right here real quick. So Giannis here is showing up. We see it, 34 points. I think he had 30 last game too. And Dame Lillard, that's terrible. 4 for 3 is not good. So we need Dame Lillard. We need at least a 30-point game from you next game and a consistent 25, 5, and 5 moving forward. Because if not, you guys are going to lose this series and it's not going to look good. And Bobby Portis stepped up too. He did a good job. And the bench got to play better. I'm looking at it here. Kevin Porter only 9 points. Gary Trent 4 points. And Kyle Kuzma is the third option that also got to step up. So that's what they brought you here for, to be the third guy. So right now, I don't know if they don't win the next game. I don't see them having any chance of winning this series. Brandon, I'm kind of iffy of them winning it anyway. And obviously, the I seen a post today where NBA player rated players, and I believe they picked Tyler Halliburton to be the most overrated player. People can say what they want to say. His turnover ratio is really good. He's a 20-10 guy, and he's gonna get his team in the playoff, and he's gonna win some games. And to me, I don't think that's overrated. You might not like his game, but I think he's a winner. I don't think if you're a winner, I don't think that's overrated to me. So let's go to Indiana Pacers to see what some of the things that they did. As you can see, also as a team for the Bucks, they shot 40%, 68% from the free throw. That's bad. Well, not necessarily too bad, but they could have hit a couple more shots. Now we go to the Indiana Pacers. Pascal Siakam, 24 and 11, great game, 8 for 16, shooting over 50%. 2 for 5 from the 3-point. They shot pretty well from the 3-point, 44% from the 3-point as a team. That's good. And then we got Tyrese. Look, they all in double digit. From Pascal, Aaron, Miles, everybody's in a double digit. And Tyrese Halliburton, 21 and 12. That's a normal day for him. And plus and minus, yeah, +2. The bench, they decent. What is that? 20, 23, 27, 27 off the bench. But as a team total, as we can see, they went 19 for 19 from the free throw line. So they were perfect from the free throw line. So that definitely, they had the same amount of chance at the free throw, and they just made 6 more shots than the Bucks. And 100% from the free throw, and they shot, better from the 3. And let's look at this. Okay, like it didn't really seem like they completely dominated the game. It's just, I think they made necessary buckets when it was needed. Looking at the rebound here, we got 31, 43 rebounds total, and then they got 38. So they actually out-rebounded the Pacers for about slightly. And assists, they had more assists. The Pacers had more assists by a little. So this game, if you look at the overall, it's not like they were getting blown out. But the Pacers just did enough to win the game, and the Bucks can do it. And I think moving forward, Damian Lillard got to be the key factor for the Bucks in order for them to win the game, or even to have a chance to win this playoff at all. So my predictions still stand. The Bucks winning this series, but it's shaky. I'm not really sure if I want to die on that hill. I think the next game I will make my decision based on how they perform. If the Bucks win the game, and depending on how they win it, I still might go. I might change my pick and go with the Pacers, depending on how they do it. But I think Tyler Halliburton is very effective and is a problem to deal with in the East. But that's that for that game. Let's move on to the next game. So the next game we're gonna recap. The OKC versus Memphis. Now, initially my prediction was I had OKC winning 4-1, and I think I'm still gonna stick by that. I think the Memphis are going to have a chance to win at least one game moving forward. But let's get into it. Let's look at the box score. Let's see what they did, some of the mistakes that they made, and some of the things that they can improve on. Now let's get it. So, as you can see here, now this is the Pacers game, right? Yeah. Yep. So I have it up. So we have the Memphis Grizzlies. OKC just went up 2-0. The score was 118-99. And let's look at the performance here. Let's talk about the Memphis Grizzlies first. We have Jaren Jackson, who had 26 points, 10 for 17, 6 rebound, and plus and minus is -20. And I don't understand the fact that Jaren Jackson is that tall, but he's just like not a great rebounder for some reason. Zach 84 points, 2 for 3, 7 rebound, 3 assists. And then we go to Ja Morant, 23 points, 10 for 25, uh, 6 assists, 2 steals, 2 rebounds. And then we got Desmond Bain, 19, 7 for 17, 12 rebound, 4 assists. Scottie Pippen Jr., 13. And I'm looking at the bench. Marvin Bagley has 0 points. Santi, 10 points. John, 0. Luke Kenner, 4. So yeah, as far as the Memphis, like, I don't know what happened to the Memphis Grizzlies. Like, with Ja, like, I always say that, like, Ja is a great player, but is Ja, like, looking at the last 2 years, is Ja the guy to take this team over the hump? Is Ja the player that is gonna, you know, make a huge difference for your team? Like, I think off the gate, we all are gonna agree to that. That Ja is a difference maker because he's such a great, talented player. But now, when we're talking about playing winning basketball, that's a different story. Now, can Ja play winning basketball? Is Ja playing winning basketball? Like, as a team, does it make sense to keep this team together? Like, I get it, they're young. They give Desmond Bain a lot of money, and also Jaren Jackson gonna get paid. I just don't understand what's gonna. It seems like that they have the tools. You have your superstar. Well, he's not a superstar yet, but superstar potential if he can stay on the court. And then you have Desmond Bain, who's a great second, second role, second player. Second option on the team, a great second option on the team. And then you got Jaren Jackson that's been playing phenomenal all year. He finally made his All-Star appearance this year. So I just don't understand, like, what's wrong with this team. And I think I just don't know what it is. Dylan Brooks is out of there. I won't say that as the reason, but they're just not playing well. And let's look at the team stats, right? They shooting 42% as a team from the field, 39 for 91. At the 3-point line, 10 for 33. That's not great. That's not, that's not that good. And the free throw line, 78. That's not bad. They only missed three shots. Rebounding, 42 rebound and 17 assists. So I think, like, I don't know what's going on. I think Ja have to step up as a leader to help this team overcome the obstacle, but I don't think that's going to happen because I think OKC is a far superior team to Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies. I don't think that would happen. And moving on to the bench, it's funny because Marvin Bagley, I was surprised to see him play. I had forgot about Marvin Bagley, and we forgot that he was the second pick of his draft class. And he was supposed to be this, talented player. Not saying he's not talented, like living up to the expectation. We didn't see him live up to the expectation. And last game he played really well. In this game, he had 0 points, but I can see that he only played 11 minutes, only took 1 field goal, 1 shot and missed it. So 1 rebound. So I don't know what was going on with that one. I think they should implement him in the game more. I think Marvin Bagley would probably be a little bit more effective maybe than Zach Edey sometimes. Maybe just switch those two around to see how it works because he had a really good first game. But as a team, I don't think they'll be able to get it done. They're down 2-0. They're going back to the Memphis. They're going back to Memphis. Let's just see what they're capable of doing against OKC. But OKC is a tough team to beat. Now let's talk about OKC. Let me 1 second. Right. Okay. Let's talk about OKC. Let me slide this up here. Okay. So we have chat right here. Chat about 20 points, 6 for 14, 3 for 8 from the 3-point line, 11 rebound, 0 assists, rebound. Then we got Jalen Williams, 24 points, 6 assists, 5 assists, 6 rebound, 10 for 19. Isaiah Hartenstein, 3 for 7, about 6 points, 10 rebound. And then we got Shea, 27 points, 8 rebound, 5 assists, 10 for 29, 3 for 10. Then we got Lou Dort, the defensive magnet, 8 points, about 9 rebound, things like that. And the bench, Alex Caruso, 13 points, Isaiah Joe, 7, Aaron Wiggins, 8, Cason Wallace, 5, and also some rebounds here and assists here. And let's just compare the team. As you can see, um, they shot better, not that much better from the field in total, but from the free throw, from the 3 point line, it's very identical. But they took more 3 point and they made five more than them, and they just hit more. They took more field goal overall and also made more. And 81 from the free throw, 81 from the free throw. Let's just see in terms of rebound. We had 55. They got out rebound. Assist, more assist. So as you can see, just this game, Josh scores 27 points. No, Shea scored 27 points, but you can see that he struggled, right? You can see here, like 3 for 10, 30% from the 3 point line, 10 for 29. So you can tell that, Shea is not, he didn't start out the season pretty good, but the team is so good. They have so many players and so many pieces. They can go get buckets like Chad, like Jalen Williams. You got some people off the bench. Isaiah Joe can get buckets here and there. Alex Caruso, a vet, so if you need to get a bucket, he can. Cason Wallace. So they have a good team together and they're well coached. So in this game, it didn't seem like that they just went and just, they won by like 19 points. It just didn't seem like that. It was like a dominant game like the first game. Because if you look at it, it just, when you look at the field goal, it's pretty close from the 3 point line and from the field, and the free throw is close. They just made a little bit more. They took more shots and they made more shots. They made about 5 more 3 pointers. They also had 6 more more field goals than the Memphis Grizzlies. So this game wasn't like one of those super dominant game, but at the end of the day, they did what they were supposed to do and get the win, and they out rebounded them and also had more assists in total. So I think I still gonna stick with my initial prediction that OKC is gonna win 4 games, but it's gonna go to 5 games. The Grizzlies might get 1, but we have to see how the next game go. They might get 1 because Shea is struggling. So once he pick it up, it's gonna be hard to beat them. So I don't know if the Grizzlies can do that, but I think the algorithm tells me that the Grizzlies will be able to get 1 because they're gonna be at home, and the crowd is gonna put them back in the game when it's need to, and they're just gonna feed off the energy and then play better. So can they win the game? I don't know. Do I think they can win one? I believe that they can, but OKC is still gonna win this series by a landslide. So, so I got OKC moving to the next round pretty soon, and the Memphis Grizzlies. I don't know if they should break that team up or maybe try to add another superstar. But I said this: I don't know if you, as a superstar, if you want to go join Ja and them, because like me. For example, like Ja is not consistent on the floor, and all the fines and things like that, and also like the injuries, also can be detrimental. So if you're a superstar, you go over there and then something drastically happen. And I'm talking about a superstar that's like playing for legacy, so you want to win championships and things like that. If you go and join Ja, there's a risk factor that he might get injured or might get suspended. So that's something to also look into. But overall, I got OKC winning this series easily. But yeah, we can wrap that one up and then move on to the next game. So the next game is my team, the LA Lakers, with Luka and LeBron James, the AR-15, man. They played against the Timberwolves in game 2, and boy, it was a showdown. I watched every bucket of the way, and it was a good game, and I can't lie to you, it was a good game. So I was nervous for a minute because the game got close at one point. It looked like M-Man was going to go crazy, but thank God we slowed them down, and then we were able to do what we do. So let's look at these stats right here. We got the Timberwolves versus the LA Lakers. We got about, 94 to 95. And as you can see here, Julius Randle was kind of cooking today, but he was kind of in foul trouble though. But let's look at it here. Boom, boom. Okay, so Julius had 27.9 for 17 from the field, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, plus and minus he had 14, and I think he had about 5 fouls, if I'm not mistaken, close to 6. 7 for 6 for the free throw, and then we got Jaden McDaniels, 8 points. He didn't play as good as he did last game. I believe he had over 20 points last game. 3 for 11, not good. Didn't make a 3-point shot, 0 for 3, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 4 rebound, 1 assist. And then we go to Rudy Gobert, 6 points, 6 rebound. He got to do better than that. He got to get more rebound. And how many block? 0. You got to get some block. Well, not necessarily always get blocked because he's there to alternate people's shot, and he did a good job doing that today. 0 point for Mike Conley, unacceptable. 0 for 5, 0 for 3 from the 3-point line, 6 rebound and 1 assist. And boom, going down to Anthony Edwards, 10 for 22 of high value game. So I think maybe, I don't know if that's, I can't remember, that's 44%, whatever. Got my numbers wrong. Anyway, 2 for 8 from the 3-point line, 3 for 4 from the free throw, 6 rebound and 0 assists. The Naz Reid had 9 points. Dante DiVincenzo had 4 points. He was in foul trouble the whole game. Alexander Walker 4 points, and then Terrence had 2 points. So the bench didn't really do that good. And if you go down, look at the team field goal, 38%. That's not good. 20% from the 3-point. That's terrible. 80% from the free throw. They did what they were supposed to do. As a team, 34 rebound, 14 assists, 6 steals, so forth and so on. And then let's go to the Lakers. We have Rui Hachimura, 11 points, 1 block, 2 steals, 5 rebounds, 0 assists, 4 for 9, 0 for 3 from the 3-point line. Then we got LeBron James, 21 points, a double-double game, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steals, 2 turnover, 1 block, 4 for 4 from the 3, perfect at the 3, 1 from 5 from the 3-point. That's not good. 8'19". Pretty good a game in terms of efficiency from overall from the field. 2 points for Jackson Hayes. He couldn't get in the game. 1 rebound. Jackson Hayes got to be able to rebound more. This is the playoffs. You gotta get back in your bag, brother. And then we got Luka, 31 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists, almost a triple dub. 9 for 20, 2 for 8 from the 3-point line. Not great. Austin Reeves, 0 for 6, 4 for 14 from the field goal line. That's 50% from the field. It's 16 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 TO. And then we got the bench. Dorian Smith, 7 points. Vanderbilt, 0 points. Well, he's a defender. He's not here to score. Gabe Vincent, 6 points. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the bench didn't really go crazy. But this is it. I'm going to tell you everything why I think LA need to improve and do a better job, first of all, because I think it's going to be a tough game going back to play them boys back in Minnesota. So I would say this, though. So LeBron, and it's like the first game, the same thing happened. The first game, if you watch the first game, game 1, at some point, LA was up 15-8, exactly 15-8. Game 2, at some point they went up again, 15-8, same exact number, first quarter. And the first game I was like, okay, the reason why they lost this game because they didn't take the advantage of the first quarter, while LeBron couldn't hit a bucket at all. So I said to Mo, if LeBron was able to knock down maybe 3 or 4 shots, that would have put him ahead maybe by 15 points. And, that could have been a huge difference in that game. And they could have, walked away with a dub. But that didn't happen. In this game, same scenario happened. But LeBron was on today. He was knocking down shots. He was making shots. And he was making the right play. Last game, the first, I think all the way to almost at the end of the second quarter, LeBron didn't have no rebound, no assists, no points. Just minute stats, right? So this game, it was completely different. And then Luka is Luka. Luka's coming out there and showing, what he can do and things like that, facilitating, scoring the ball. And you got Austin Reeves, he do a little bit of everything. But the one thing that this game and last game for the Lakers is they've been struggling from the 3-point line. 0 for 6 from Austin Reeves. That's not the typical Austin Reeves. LeBron 1 for 5, and then Luka 2 for 8. So they can do a better job shooting the 3-point, to help. 20% from the 6 for 29. That's not good. But the one thing that they did good was they make sure they hit every shot from the free throw line. That was 20 for 20, and that's really, really good. And then 45 from the field. That's not bad. And then if you look at the Timberwolves, 38% right here. Let me zoom in. All right, 38% from the field, 30 for 79, and 20%. They both shot terribly from the 3, and they weren't just perfect. They didn't make every shot from the free throw line. And that's what the Lakers did. The Lakers had 20, even though they took Timberwolves took more shots, had more free throw opportunity. I mean, right? Let me make sure. Yep, the Lakers had 20. They had 25. And they missed 5. That could have been a difference in the game. Also, I believe who took more shots. So they took more shots than the Lakers, but the Lakers end up making 4 more field goals than they did. So it was a pretty good game. Like, I think when LA took the lead, they just kept coming at them. And it looked like at one point that what's his name? Ant-Man was gonna go crazy. He actually dunked on, I can't remember if it's Rui or Jackson. He dunked on someone, and it was ridiculous. So I thought he was gonna go crazy. But so in this game, it was like a defensive game. Like, LA was playing defense, and shout out to Luka, because I've been tough on Luka. Luka was actually out there playing defense, moving his feet, staying in front of him. He did a really, really good job rotating too when the pick and roll came. Whenever they try to switch to get him jam up in the pick and roll, he was able to manage and stay in front of what's his name, Ant-Man, and kind of like, touching him, getting close to him, not shying away from it, and then just closing out and things like that. So it kind of disturbed him. But also what they did, maybe this was the strategy that they used coming into this game. They will always have help side on both sides for the most part, which you have to exert a lot of energy to do that, because you also got to guard your man. But every time Ant-Man would try to make a move, go left, go right, LeBron would kind of like slightly shift in to kind of block that gap. Same thing on the other side. At time he got through, but at time he didn't. So they played that way. And Luka was moving his feet. He was out there hustling. Hands were really active, deflecting the balls and things like that. Pause. But so yeah, they did a really good job. Play defensive. Vandal, all of them, Rui. And one thing I noticed, I think that can be an issue moving on later on for the Lakers, is size. They don't have big men, and they all crashing to get the board. And I think that could be an issue later on down the line, because Jackson Hayes is not performing well right now. Hopefully he can get back in his groove and start doing what he needs to do to start rebounding better. But besides that, this game was a pretty good game. The Timberwolves tried to make it close, but whenever they did, LA kind of like responded, and every time, and then that was good. And at some point, AR-15 had Rudy Gobert on the island just cooking them. So I love seeing whenever they have Rudy Gobert on the island. It's just funny to me. The French baguette cannot guard. Let me not say cannot guard. He have issue guarding like these shifty guards. You feel me? So, hey, French baguette, get it together, man. But overall, I think it was a pretty good game. I still got LA winning this game. I mean, not game, this series. Maybe 6 game, 4-2, but I got LA winning. I think LA's gonna go over there. I think LA's gonna win the next game. And Timberwolves gonna win the game before after that. They're gonna come back to LA, and then LA gonna win another game at home and then finish it at the Timberwolves. That's what I think is gonna happen. But overall, this is my team, and I hope they win. And it is what it is. I think that's the recap for today's for today's games. So yeah. So overall today we had the Timberwolves play the Lakers. The Lakers won the game. That game today. And also we had OKC beat the Memphis Grizzlies by 19 points. And also we had the Bucks play the Pacers, and the Pacers now up 2-0 against the Bucks. And we'll see what they do in terms of responding back when they face adversity. But yeah, that'll be the recap for Game on Blitz. This is the Tuesday recap for Game 2 for all the teams that I just listed. So yeah, so stay tuned. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And you know what it is, Game on Blitz. We're here right now, and we out.